Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to All About Indy with RacerHistorian, and today we are talking about the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix. If you don't know, my headset mic is not working. It's been connected to the computer microphone, which it is now, again, so I won't be able to use the other mic. So I'm not going to be wearing it, so I'm going to use this fake mic that I did for, the start, and then I decided to use the other mic that did work, and now it's not working. So now we're back to the fake microphone. Anyways, let's get into what we're talking about. Let's look at our Practice 1 results here. Here in Practice 1, Scott McLaughlin was at the top. We have Kyle Kirkwood, Pato O'Ward, Christian Lundgaard, David Malukas, Joseph Newgarden, Alex Palou, Rinus VeeKay, Marcus Armstrong, and Will Power on the top 10. Then there's Romain Grosjean, Santino Ferrucci, Marcus Ericsson, Felix Rosenqvist, Scott Dixon, Alexander Rossi, Louis Foster, Christian Rasmussen, Nolan Siegel, and Graham Rahal on the top 20. And at the end, we have Kyle Collette, Dennis Hauger, Mick Schumacher, Stingray Robb, and Kiffin Simpson. Practice 2 was ended a little early due to a huge wreck for Scott McLaughlin. Luckily, he is okay. He was released from the medical center. He is all right. I'll show you guys the crash in a few. But Alex Palou was at the top, and they got Kyle Kirkwood, Rinus VeeKay, Romain Grosjean, Marcus Armstrong, Graham Rahal, Marcus Ericsson, Kyle Collette, Christian Lundgaard, Pato O'Ward in the top 10. Then there's Scott Dixon, Scott McLaughlin, Alexander Rossi, Santino Ferrucci, David Malukas, Kiffin Simpson, Will Power, Nolan Siegel, Mick Schumacher, and Christian Rasmussen in the top 20. And at the end, we have Stingray Robb, Joseph Newgarden, Dennis Hauger, Felix Rosenqvist, and Louis Foster. Here is our qualifying results. In row 1, we have Alex Palou on pole, David Malukas starting next to him. Row 2, Graham Rahal and Marcus Armstrong. Row 3, Kyle Kirkwood and Romain Grosjean. Row 4, Santino Ferrucci and Marcus Ericsson. Row 5, Joseph Newgarden and Christian Lundgaard. Row 6, Alexander Rossi and Pato O'Ward. Row 7, Scott Dixon and Scott McLaughlin. Row 8, Nolan Siegel and Rinus VeeKay. Row 9, Christian Rasmussen and Felix Rosenqvist. Row 10, Kiffin Simpson and Mick Schumacher. Row 11, Kyle Collette and Will Power. Row 12 is Will Power. He had a wreck in qualifying. Next to him will be the rookie Dennis Hauger. And in row 13 is Stingray Robb. Indy next is having a doubleheader at Barber. Race 1 was today. Nikita Johnson was the winner after a spin from Alessandro Di Tullio and Max Taylor making contact. I'll show you guys the spin. I actually uploaded it on my YouTube channel, but I'll show you guys if you haven't seen it anyways. So I will show you the highlights for Race 1. Practice and qualifying results for Race 1 are already on my post. Go look at those if you haven't yet. Let's look at our qualifying results for Race 2 tomorrow. Alessandro Di Tullio started on pole in both races. Next to him is Max Taylor, which is going to be very interesting to see tomorrow because of what happened. Race 1 winner Nikita Johnson is in third there. With them in row 2 is Jordan Missig. Row 3 is Max Garcia and Enzo Fittipaldi. Row 4 is Miles Rowe and Temeko Archik. Row 5, Josh Pearson and J.M. Correa. Row 6, Bryce Aaron and Seb Murray. Row 7, Nicholas Staddy and Salvador de Alba. Row 8, Jack Beaton and James Rowe. Row 9, Ricardo Escoto and Nicholas Montero. Row 10, Matteo Nini and Alexander Kariba. Row 11, Lockie Hughes and Carson Etter. And row 12, Colin Kaminsky and Niels Colin. Let's look at our odds for the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix. In the top 10, we have Alex Palou, Kyle Kirkwood, Scott McLaughlin, Christian Lundgaard, Pato O'Ward, Will Power, Scott Dixon, Joseph Newgarden, David Malukas, and Marcus Ericsson. Palou won this race, his first ever race in 2021 with Ganassi, and he's obviously a good contender all the time. Kirkwood is really good at road courses. Scott Dixon has never won at Barber before. Not always, but most of the time has finished on podiums. Will Power's won year before, but is struggling in the Andretti. Joseph Newgarden has won year before. So those are the drivers I'm looking to watch. But if there was going to be someone winning, I'd probably say Alex Palou. Max Taylor won the Arlington race. Let's look at our highlights there. So in this race, it was a 30-minute time race, and there were supposed to be no pit stops in this race at all. Top speed, 168 miles per hour.
30 minutes instead of 55 minutes. There are never pit stops, if you can avoid it, at this level. And they're pushing close to 170 miles per hour on that backstretch. Buckle up, strap in.
So here we have Alessandro Di Tullio and Enzo
Everything is
Fittipaldi.
bigger in Texas. And for Indy next by Firestone, racing on the streets of Arlington in the shadow of the Cowboys and the Rangers Stadium, it's Di Tullio, the rookie, controlling the pace in this long stretch down the backstretch, almost a mile long, looking for the starting line. Lined up with Fittipaldi, and they crash
in the air, but we got Colin Kaminsky
and Colin Kaminsky
in the wall.
has massive damage in the back.
Kevin, that
Huge damage.
accordion effect is always really, really difficult.
And here in the front, DeTullio makes contact with Kuharczyk.
And the pole sitter
And DeTullio goes off, and the caution comes out.
2 incidents before we get to the first corner. And now the caution comes out. Let's watch this start. There's the green, and that's Jack Beaton, who started the second row, who jumped the start ahead of everyone else.
So we'll get a penalty for
it. Kaminsky was caught up in a crash around that bend. It stayed green, going down into what ultimately is the first
Jack
corner.
Beaton jumping the start. And there's Colin Kaminsky, huge damage.
Kaminsky getting shoved up into the wall. There were others involved in this. And then you take it all the way down to turn 10, which becomes turn 1. And that orange and white car of Kuharczyk, the 71, left front, getting into the right rear of the pole sitter, DeTullio. He is off. We're hearing the front wing for Kuharczyk might be okay. Question is, will he get a penalty? Unfortunately, day is done for Kaminsky. So we have one penalty already assessed. Beaton is going to have to go to the back of the field. That was the easiest part. The DeTullio camp, as you might guess, is saying, hey, this should have never started. This should be a complete restart, and we keep our position at the points. Ready to go green once again.
Going back to green. Enzo Fittipaldi to green. To Matt Kuharczyk behind him.
To go from Arlington into turn 1 cleanly. Taylor is taking a peek at Kuharczyk. Very difficult section as we head to the horseshoe portion of the track.
Actually, Kevin, this is turn 1, now into 2. That restart zone is over that front straight. It just kind of puts this track in that unique position of the start is one place, restart and finish is in another. Pretty sensible by all these drivers. Very single file right now. This is a battle coming down this long straight. Kuharczyk pops out to the left.
Here we go. This is almost a mile
trying to make a pass
run,
on Enzo Fittipaldi for the lead on the huge backstretch.
Fittipaldi has the preferred line.
Fittipaldi holds the lead.
Kuharczyk trying an over-under. And Taylor is still right there,
Max
ready
Taylor
to pounce.
Coming into this
battle
battle
is far from done.
With 11.5 minutes left.
As a quick look at the inside, he decides not to do it. Enzo has to cover.
No action on the contact from the 71 and the 14, so Kuharczyk can keep his space. And he's going to pop to the outside one more time.
Trying to make another pass on Fittipaldi. Doesn't work this time.
It looks like Kuharczyk is on another good run. Enzo is for sure going to have to defend. He might not even need to.
Going for another pass again, but
not quite.
This is tight. The teammates are nose to tail. Taylor is right there within reach. Correa busts his lap of the race, 0.6 better than anybody else. Taylor is looking for a way around.
Three-way battle between Fittipaldi, Kuharczyk, and Taylor. It's Matt Kuharczyk on the inside of Enzo Fittipaldi. Makes a pass. And Fittipaldi's going to try to go on the crossover here. And Fittipaldi takes the lead again, and Max Taylor's going over here.
It was almost 3 wide for a moment. Fittipaldi, can he get on the brakes well enough? Taylor looks inside. Kuharczyk prevails. Still the same, but what action?
Taylor couldn't get it there.
Kuharczyk,
and here comes Kuharczyk.
Not
trying
here.
to look on the inside again. Can't get it there.
Oh, and there's Max Taylor throwing it.
And Max Taylor on the inside gets around to Matt Kuharczyk right there.
Running into the leader, Fittipaldi.
And now Jam Correa trying to get on Kuharczyk for third, and he does.
As Correa is going to pounce.
Kuharczyk's going to go back.
Moves up to second.
And he holds on to third.
Trying to hang on to third. Johnson looking there.
7.5 minutes left in this race.
He did so well to stop the car, to not hit a car. Wow. Max Garcia.
And there's Max Garcia.
And we're also told that Josh Pearson has had to roll down pit lane, may have had contact somewhere. And there's Pearson right there.
Josh Pearson.
We may not have made it to pit lane, but you can definitely see that front wing sitting on the ground. And is that going to bring out a yellow? Is there any way he can be moved off into a safe area? Here's the run into 10 again. Single file through here.
The car's currently sitting in the turn 1-2 complex. There are a lot of safety vehicles there. Hopefully they can get him removed and not go red or not go yellow here.
So it's the only time we've seen someone make a move into turn 1. Actually, it looks like we've gone yellow.
And the caution comes out for Pearson.
Josh Pearson. Side by
He's
side
right here,
with
Salvador de Alba.
Outside.
And they just make contact
right front
there.
to left rear.
Pearson gets into the wall.
And then into the fence.
It's damage to the front wing.
Contact may have actually whipped the wheel out of his hands for the briefest second.
Will it be the final restart?
Here we
Who's
go,
gonna
going
win
back
the
to green.
inaugural
3.5 minutes
Indy
left in
next
this race.
by
Enzo
Firestone
Fittipaldi,
race in
Max
Arlington.
Taylor, Temeka
Fittipaldi
Larchik,
with a
Jam
good
Correa, and
start.
Nikita
Then it's
Johnson all in the
Taylor,
top 5.
Maharchik, Correa, Johnson, and Hughes. Side
We
by
got a
side,
battle between
Miles Rowe
Salvador
working
D'Alba
on
and Miles
D'Alba.
Rowe.
They still are side by side as we head into
Rowe
turn
holds
1,
on to
and there's
9th, and they both make contact
and
right
more
there.
pieces flying off of race cars, but they continue.
Wow.
Rowe is damaged.
Still green.
So is Staddy in the 15 red and white car.
Ryan, I don't even think that there was a millimeter between those cars. In fact, they were even touching.
And
there's Salvador D'Alba,
who is battling with Rowe. Taylor is right there with a
Now
couple of
Max
laps to
Taylor
go.
right here with 2 minutes
He's
left in this
also got a
race.
significant
Right behind
amount
Enzo
of push to
Fittipaldi.
pass
Both of
over
them are trying to
Fittipaldi
get
by
a win here
nearly
for the first time ever in
20
Indy
seconds.
Next.
Oh, and then
And now
sideways.
Max
They
Taylor
are
tries to go on the
next to each
outside
other.
of Enzo Fittipaldi
with the
side by
wheel.
side.
They are side by side here.
And Max Taylor gets around to Enzo
Taylor
Fittipaldi.
to the inside, to the lead. Max Taylor in front. Fittipaldi's not done yet. And Taylor is gapping. He's turned the fastest lap of the
And
race
here on
last
the
time
final
around.
lap,
0.6 of a second faster than anyone else.
has the
Spreading
lead
them
over
out.
Fittipaldi
Max
and
Taylor felt he
Kolarchuk.
let one get away at St. Petersburg. He has
And
been
here
the
Max
quickest
Taylor
all season long.
with a
and
pass
he has
on
been
Enzo
able to
Fittipaldi
move his way forward,
takes the win
avoid
in the Indy Next
contact,
Arlington Grand Prix.
and control the final stretch of this timed race. It will be a 15-lapper. Last passing opportunity here. Final corner. Max Taylor will be looking for the checkered flag. Sees it. Max Taylor, the 18-year-old from the New York City area, is a winner in Indy Next in Arlington.
What do Snow White, Cinderella, and smallpox blankets have in common? They're all fairy tales.
So here's the Indy Next results for the Grand Prix of Arlington. Max Taylor took the win here. Enzo Fittipaldi was in second. Temeka Larchik, James Correa, Lockie Hughes, Nikita Johnson, Seb Murray, Matteo Nannini, Miles Rowe, and Jordan Missig all in the top 10. Then we have Alessandro Tullio, Ricardo Scotto, Niels Colin, Max Garcia, Jack Beaton, Alexander Kariba, James Rowe, Bryce Aaron, Carson Eder, and Salvador D'Alba in the top 20. And the rest of the pack, we have Nicholas Staddy, Nicholas Montero, Josh Pearson finishing in 23rd from contact, and Colin Kaminsky at the start finishing in last from contact. Kyle Kirkwood was the winner at the Java House Grand Prix of Arlington. Here's the race highlights for the Java House Grand
Marcus
Prix of
Armstrong
Arlington.
due to be starting this race in 6th. What do we know?
Well, I know that his right rear is punctured, telling the team right now that it is going down. So
Already
he will be
punctured
pitting
for the
early
right rear.
to change that right rear tire.
For Marcus Armstrong.
That hard work for Marcus Armstrong undone before the race has even begun. 2 by 2 we roll.
Here, Kyle
to the
Kirkwood and
green.
Alex
Right
Palou in the
here,
front row.
Green.
Green flags in the air for the Java House Grand Prix of Arlington.
Marcus Ericsson defends his lead. Alex Palou slots into second. A little bit of contact at the
Having
rear.
some
but we
battles
are
in the
through
back.
Cleanly, the first turn. And the Grand Prix of Arlington is underway. Ericsson from Palou, from Pato O'Ward and Will Power. The top 4 remain unchanged, but Kyle Kirkwood on a charge.
How about them Indy cars?
Three wide.
Going through Rangers right there as Marcus Ericsson delivers on what he needed to do, holding the lead.
Armstrong not pitting. He stayed out there making moves in 14 as they get into that tight corner side by side. Easy to get hip checked into pit lane if you're not careful down there.
And I wonder if Armstrong had any choice other than to stay out. His teammate on the inside, no way into pit lane on that tight final corner.
Got a lot of action going on here in Arlington.
It's been well behaved there. You see that's Rasmussen going a little bit wide coming out of turn 3. His teammate Alex Rossi there, the other light blue and yellow machine trying to make a move. This is turn 4. We've seen so many issues here on the brakes this weekend.
Power a little slow out of the corner as he tries to keep Pato O'Ward well within his sights.
I think David Malukas got muscled out of the way there through the horseshoe as Kirkwood and Rosenquist run nose to tail, but Marcus Ericsson opening up a really nice lead on this first lap.
Now let's take a replay here. This is the onboard McLaren
Christian
Racing Club.
Lundgaard
Christian
here.
Lundgaard through turn 4 into the
Behind
tight turn
Kevin
5.
Simpson. Lundgaard got tagged.
Nerfed by Mick
by
Schumacher.
Mick Schumacher.
Which should add a review, Kevin, from the stewards for avoidable contact.
Lap 3 here.
And
Will Power making a move on Pato O'Ward and takes third.
Kyle Kirkwood attempted to follow his teammate through.
And now O'Ward fighting back on Power. Kyle Kirkwood is also there.
Run down into the Rangers right. O'Ward
Oh, excuse me, Marcus Ericsson was on pole for this race, not Kyle Kirkwood.
in the battle of the rookies. Mick
Lap
Schumacher,
5, on board with Kyle Kirkwood in 5th place behind Pato O'Ward.
Avoidable contact.
Now in the Fox's driver's eye,
Soft
lap
tire
13.
runners starting to struggle.
Here's the
In
Penske of
particular,
David Malukas in 8th.
Christian Rasmussen. Electrifying 1 week ago in Phoenix. Today starting to drop a replay
On
here
board
on board
with,
the Penske
Malukas
of David
here,
Malukas.
the
Malukas
replay.
also on the soft tire, making it work for him. Slides up the inside.
And he
we're
gets
gonna see
around
his
Christian
teammate,
Rasmussen
Joseph Newgarden,
right there.
taking advantage of this as well.
Some great respect
Still
for racing
battling.
here. 3 corners side by side through
It's
1,
really
through
good
2,
racing
through
between
3.
Malukas and
Then
Rasmussen.
on the run down to turn 4, Newgarden
Malukas
sees
gets
the
around, and here's
opportunity
Malukas'
to keep
teammate, Joseph
Big
Newgarden,
credit to Rasmussen
on
here
the
for
inside.
keeping it clean.
getting around Rasmussen.
Kyle
Lap
Kirkwood rolled the
15.
dice with the first of the
Here's the leader,
runners
Marcus
up
Ericsson.
front to come into the pits, but it wasn't a clean stop for the
Alex Blows there
27.
in second.
We're hearing there was an issue with one of the wheel nuts.
Not a good stop for Kyle Kirkwood.
There
On
was an
board
issue with one of the wheel
with
nuts.
Marcus
Let's
Ericsson.
take a
Here's a
look here.
replay of
Standard
Kyle
so
Kirkwood's pit
far,
stop.
a little slow on the right rear to get it off, and then you can see he dropped the wheel
Yeah,
nut.
very slow in the right rear.
The fuel done far before tires. That's going to cost him a couple seconds for sure.
I think the wheel nut might have fallen out right
Yeah,
there
you
as
saw
the
it.
gun went down,
So-
and he has a spare magnetically affixed to his lap
Yeah,
belt.
the
That
wheel
is an
nut came off.
unbelievable recovery
Great
from
hit.
that outside rear tire
Great recovery for the team, by the way.
Marcus
Lap
Ericsson
16.
really having to work for it now. Palou is
Alex
right
Blow
on his
starting to
gearbox.
catch up to Marcus
Spectacular
Ericsson.
that these two drivers have been able to hang on to the soft tire for this long, pressing at the front. Palou does seem to have the advantage on tire
And they
wear.
come in together.
Ericsson and Palou
in
both
at
go to the
same
pits here.
time and on different sides. Jack,
Oh, this is going to be an awesome battle on pit lane.
Lone
Townsend.
Ericsson pitting this
Marcus
time
Ericsson
here.
has been absolutely flying. The new stuff going on for
So
him.
Will Power will take the lead of this race. Here's Palou.
Alex Blow, he didn't finish. Phoenix, it's a battle.
A good pit stop, and Ericsson has a problem in this pit stop.
Palou is going to beat him. It was soft to soft for him.
second Andretti car with wheel
3-second
nut or wheel gun
difference
issues
here.
as Palou
And the pit stops of Palou and
crushes
Ericsson. Palou
Ericsson on
is in
that
front
pit
of
stop
Ericsson.
exchange, probably gained 3 to 4 seconds.
They're both out critically ahead of Pato O'Ward and Kyle Kirkwood.
This was a
Lap
fantastic
22.
first stint for
Will Power in the
who
pits.
gets maybe in position to be able to do it on one more stop. You needed to get to at least lap 22. He's got to deal with
Good
some
pit stop of
traffic.
Power, and all of a sudden
Louis Foster coming
got
in.
in the way of
Power
Louis
is the only
Foster,
one that's
and
only
that
one
definitely is gonna
stop
slow down
and might be able
Power.
to do it on one more stop.
Alex
If didn't
Palou
have
is in
bad
this
luck,
lead.
They'd have no luck at all. A clean stop and trying to pull out, and Louis Foster's there. As we sit
On board
here
with Joseph Newgarden.
in replay.
Oh, teammate
There's his
car,
teammate David Malukas, and
Oh,
both of them made
green.
contact, and Newgarden
That's
just got
exactly what
around.
happened with Kirkwood earlier when
On board with
Rosenquist came
Malukas
out of
here.
the pits. On board here
Newgarden
with Malukas. I think he tries
coming
to
out
leave
of the
him
pit
room.
stops. Lap
Kirkwood right now is
38.
the fastest car on the
Halfway
racetrack, has
through
been
this
for a few
race.
laps, absolutely
Here's Will
flying
Power
now
up
that
in
he's
the
off those
lead.
hard tires, and here's a replay of how he took fifth
Here's a
place
replay here of
from
Kyle
his teammate
Kirkwood
Ericsson on the rev limiter, on the button down, just
getting around his teammate
commitment
Marcus
time on the
Ericsson.
brakes at a 10.
Listen, Ericsson was doing
Great pass
190.
there.
Kirkwood probably 193 there with the tailwind into the speed trap, and Kirkwood's in a hurry. He's trying to close that gap to Alex Palou, who sits 7 seconds up the road. Those two, I think, are going to duke it out for the win today.
Andretti Global having a great race.
Mick Schumacher
Lap
has
39.
some fun.
Spin now
Mick
with Mick
Schumacher is
We'll get back to
around.
this in a moment.
This is a break for Will Power if a caution comes out right now.
And that, I think, is right in front
Schumacher's
of our
around. There's
Oh,
a
he kept
position.
it going.
caution right there in that sector.
That's our
Not a
commentary
full
booth
course
right there.
yellow,
Mick Schumacher
and
spinning,
Schumacher
exit
is
2
back
and the
up.
run down to 3.
We stay green.
Having a difficult weekend of it, Mick Schumacher. So what happened
Look at the
here? He's
replay here.
coming through. Oh, and that's
Mick
Newgarden on the
Schumacher
blend, leaving pit lane. Mick
Makes
just
a little
into the back
contact. Newgarden
of Joseph Newgarden and
Schumacher
gets turned around.
goes spinning.
Eyes
Lap
now
40.
on Lundgaard under big pressure from
There's Christian
Kyle
Lundgaard and
Kirkwood,
Kyle Kirkwood
who's
battling
pushing
for
so hard.
third.
Again, the fastest car on the racetrack
Kirkwood,
last time by.
fastest.
Guys,
Car on the racetrack right now, getting closer to Lundgaard. Lundgaard's one of the biggest movers, already gained 15 positions from the start.
Remember, last time he made a pass on Ericsson, it was a few corners later down the long back straightaway. So I think Kirkwood is just trying to set up here. This is turn 8. Kevin coming to turn 9. Kirkwood ready to fly out of Cowboy Corner.
And Lundgaard a few laps ago said, I don't have enough power when he was asked if he could get by Foster. It's not an engine issue, though. It was simply a mapping issue. They told him to change the map. He got by Foster. Let's watch this race down to 10 now.
Here comes Kyle Kirkwood on board with him. Side by side with Christian Lundgaard, and Kirkwood gets around.
And Kirkwood gets it done. On the power, into the braking zone. An easy pass for Kyle Kirkwood. He's through.
A very fast straight. You have about 190 miles an hour.
7 seconds behind Alex Palou.
22 laps to go. Alex Palou and Kyle Kirkwood both in the pits.
They're going to put on another set of the hard tires, fill it up with Shell 100% renewable fuel all the way to the brim, and this one's going to take him to the end. Jack.
A good pit stop for Palou.
Hard black tire on. Another slight issue on the outside rear.
Ooh, and a little issue for Kirkwood again.
For Andretti.
Oh, what a day for Andretti. In fact, Kyle Kirkwood
still holds on to the lead. Now Kirkwood
Gets
here
out ahead of Malukas, but only just.
gets right ahead of David Malukas.
Kirkwood on cold tires.
And Will Power in the background as well.
16 laps to go. Kirkwood has caught up to Palou. This is a battle for the lead. Kyle Kirkwood really fast, but Alex Palou really good on these road courses. Kyle Kirkwood, number, is the street master, as we can know from last year. And now Kirkwood on the inside of Palou almost touched it, but Kirkwood takes the lead of the race.
Unbelievable.
What a pass, and Palou trying to go on the outside, almost made contact again.
Last minute dive. That's P1 for Kyle Kirkwood.
Kyle Kirkwood is in the lead of this race. 4 laps to go.
And Rasmussen.
It's Christian Rasmussen.
If he's into the wall or has an issue, that's right. It pit out, I believe.
I think he's just closer to a stop. And
There's a 5-second lead over Palou, and a caution comes out.
Goodness. And this is a long lap, guys. That's an easy, quick pull. It's not like we're going to finish this one under caution. We got time to go green.
2 laps to go in this race, and we go back to green. Kyle Kirkwood, Alex Palou, Will Power up in the top 3. Contact between David Malukas and Felix Rosenquist in the back.
Kirkwood with a massive wiggle.
Kirkwood having a lot of speed, already starting to pull away from Palou here. Got some action going in the back there.
Alex Palou behind it, and we have a yellow.
And we have a caution here in the final lap.
I was wondering if we were going to be able to keep
and it's
it
a
clean.
huge wreck for Romain Grosjean and Nolan Siegel. It was revealed that Kevin Simpson caused this contact, and he has been given a penalty.
Kyle Kirkwood.
Here on the final lap, Kyle Kirkwood under yellow takes the win of the Java House Grand Prix of Arlington and takes the championship lead. David Malukas, Christian Lundgaard, Scott Dixon, Alexander Rossi, and Marcus Armstrong all in the top 10. Then we have Scott McLaughlin, Kyle Collette, Louis Foster, Renus Vique, Joseph Newgarden, Dennis Hauger, Santino Ferrucci, Graham Rahal, Felix Rosenquist, and Kevin Simpson all in the top 20. Rosenquist did finish 20th, and Simpson finished 19th, but due to Simpson causing that wreck on the last lap, he moved back a spot to 20th, and Rosenquist finished 19th, which means Rosenquist gained a point, Simpson lost a point. If you want any more information, you can check on any Racer.com, Motorsports.com, or you can check on my post about it. And the last drivers here were Stingray Robb, Mick Schumacher, Romain Grosjean, Nolan Siegel both had contact at the end, finished in 23rd, 24th, and Christian Rasmussen went off course and finished in last place. Here's race 1 of the Indy Next Grand Prix here at Alabama. Alessandro Di Tolio and Max Taylor up in the front row. Green flag is in the air. Great start for Di Tolio.
has the advantage. Taylor gets through second. Fittipaldi comes out.
And the car is going in the dirt there.
3 wide back in the pack.
Kevin, that is what's so fun
Kaminsky in the back.
turns
It's a little
2 and
loose
3
there.
here at Barber. If someone gets pinched on that inside, you can really roll the outside coming into turn 5, one of the best overtaking zones.
Johnson got back by for 3rd. Fittipaldi is being challenged now for a position.
And they're going to be side by side heading into turn 6. This is a battle of bravery.
We got a car off the track. That's Josh Pearson.
Has gone around.
Here's the replay here. There's Pearson and...
Oh, just kind of in the wrong place
Seb
at the
Murray's
wrong time.
in there. They
That
contact Jim
incident actually
Correa.
was between
And Pearson
Correa and Murray.
just lost it.
And then at that point, Pearson's really got nowhere else to go. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like
Looks
Seb
like Murray
just
hits
soft
Correa,
lock up there,
and
takes out Correa.
Murray
pings
hits
his
Pearson.
teammate.
Lap
Let's
4.
go again from Alabama.
Going back to green.
Screaming down into
Antonio,
turn
Taylor,
1.
Johnson, Fittipaldi, and Kowarczyk in the top 5.
Taylor, Johnson, Fittipaldi, no change, top 5. A little peek further back. Beaton looking to the inside of
Jack
Kaminsky.
Beaton trying to get
In
around
that
Colin
yellow car,
Kaminsky.
Kaminsky maintains the spot.
Kaminsky
Our new
maintains the
favorite
spot.
livery as well, by the way.
There is a Hollywood Harvey logo on the side of that car.
And that looks like Enzo Fittipaldi working the outside of Nikita Johnson. Didn't make it stick. And now under pressure from
And now look
Kowarczyk.
at this.
Kaharchik is in the white and red
Enzo
car
Fittipaldi
outside.
and Kowarczyk
Fittipaldi
battling.
has that
Nikita
spot, and
Johnson's
Kaharchik will
there.
have to back down.
Lap 7. We got a car going backwards. It's
Colin has
Niels
gone
Colin.
around.
Off the track.
May not have hit anything, but
No contact
are
or
the tires
damage
still
from him.
inflated? And as you said, no, he's not
Okay,
beached.
that's good.
And
All clear. Keep moving.
Colin gets back on track.
And we stay green for now.
We stay green. Look
Let's
at the
see what
replay
happened.
here. Niels Colin just got loose.
Oh, just lost it straight
Just
away.
lost
I mean, that's what's so difficult about that braking zone.
Here we go. 9
There are
laps
two
to
people
go.
fighting for
A
position.
battle for the
Carson
lead.
Etter and
Alexander
James Rowe
Tilio
almost
and
go
Max
side by
Taylor. But
side
now we
there,
got
so it's not
the
gonna
Ganassi
be-
cars of James Rowe and Carson
Not
Etter
going to be
in the
as
back.
simple as just letting them go by. They are side by side.
They're
in
battling
this
for
corner.
21st.
That's gonna gap 'em up,
But here
and
comes the
Taylor
Tolio
right
trying to
there.
get around, and Taylor on the outside of the Tolio.
Taylor's gonna sweep
And
around.
Taylor
He's
gets
gonna try
around,
to
takes
get
lead of the
away.
race.
Taylor is taking the lead.
And they get around Carson Etter. But now
Wow.
James Rowe's ahead.
Wow.
And Taylor tries to get around Antonio. Trying to get around Taylor
Right
here.
back.
And the Tolio takes the lead.
Retakes
Again.
the lead. That's amazing.
And now Max Taylor's not giving up here. He's going the
We are
inside.
watching, and Tulio, he's got
What
to
a
defend
battle.
here. He's got to cover the line.
And Max
tight,
Taylor on
it
the
doesn't
inside.
Taylor
Makes
is
contact with Tolio. And they
outside.
both spin out. Nikita Johnson
Nikita
takes the lead of the
Johnson moving
race.
his way through traffic. Lap cars involved, and Johnson now is
And
taking
the Tolio
over
is
this
stuck in the
race.
gravel. Taylor's now in the gravel.
Taylor
But Max
trying to
Taylor
get
is
out,
still going.
and the Tulio is
But the
beached.
Tolio is stuck and the caution comes out.
And
Nikita
caution on the
Johnson is in
racetrack.
the lead.
It went away just like that.
6 laps to go.
Let's
Back
go
to
again
green.
from the Alabama roller
Nikita
coaster.
Johnson, Enzo
as we
Fittipaldi,
ride
Tomek
down into
Kowarczyk, Max
turn number
Garcia, and
1.
Miles Rowe up in the
Johnson
top
with a good
5.
jump. Fittipaldi, Kaharczyk. Here's
And here's
Taylor
Max
trying to make
Taylor
up spots.
trying to get around Jordan
Taking
Missick
it to Jordan
for
Missick.
6th.
Missick has had a great day. He will continue to fight side by side. Taylor still holding
And
tight.
Taylor gets around Missick.
And will clear him as they head to turn 5.
Oh, what an awesome.
penalty. We got a stop plus
But a
30.
penalty
They're
for
calling
Max
that
Taylor, avoidable contact. Miles Rowe gets around Max Garcia, but Garcia goes for the
Miles Rowe
crossover.
just lost a spot up ahead, but that was the message to Taylor, so that pass does not matter. He is going to
So
finish
Max
back
Taylor
there
is going to have to
with
go
the
to the
Tulio.
back
Stop and hold is coming
because of
up.
avoidable contact with Alessandro Di Tolio.
Kevin, that's such a hard one because when the opportunity comes to try and take the lead, you got to go for it. Maybe Di Tulio could have defended more. He was probably in a position where he wasn't expecting it.
And here on the final
Now
lap,
we've got 2 more corners
advantage
to
from the
navigate.
spin.
It is
Nikita
gonna
Johnson
blow up the
gets his
entire
second win of the
championship
season,
order, and
takes
it's
the
gonna
win of
make
race
tomorrow
1
so
and
exciting.
the Indy next
Nikita
Grand Prix
Johnson,
of
one more
Alabama.
corner. It looked like he was going to settle for a podium. Instead, it's 2 wins in 3 tries. Nikita Johnson, Cape Motorsports, powered by ECR, wins at Barber.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, baby.
2 for 3 in
Here's
2026.
Nikita Johnson
Now the championship leader.
celebrating.
Nikita
Takes
Johnson has won in
the lead in
Alabama.
the championship. So here's our race 1 results. Nikita Johnson is the winner of this race. Enzo Fittipaldi finished 2nd. Then we have Tomek Kowarczyk, Max Garcia, Miles Rowe, Jordan Missick, Ricardo Scotto, Bryce Aaron, Jack Beaton, and Nicholas Staddy in the top 10. Then James Correa, Lockie Hughes, Alexander Kariba, Nicholas Montero, Matteo Nannini, Colin Kaminsky, Niels Colin, Salvador de Alba, Max Taylor, and Alessandro Tilio in the top 20. And we have Carson Etter, Seb Murray, James Rowe, and Josh Pearson finishing last from contact. Let's look at the wreck for Scott McLaughlin. As I told you, I was going to tell you. So as we're on board with his teammate David Lucas, it's a huge wreck
That's Scott
for McLaughlin.
And he's gone through the fence.
And he went through the catch fence there. So the red flag comes out.
Touch the grass.
That's turn 1.
Great to hear his voice. He has punched through the bottom of the catch fence and displaced the retention cables.
So you see McLaughlin's moving. That's a good
That's a
sign.
horrible incident.
But that's a huge
That's
crash
going to be a
for
lengthy
Scott
cleanup
McLaughlin.
with 3:20 to go in this series.
And he
I can't
goes
see us
through the
restarting.
catch fence
I've never
there.
seen anything quite like that. We talk about turn
AMR
1 being
safety
so
team
quick.
already
It's just
there.
a
That's
touch of
huge
the
props to
brake,
the AMR
quick
safety
downshift.
team. I cannot tell you how
and
safe
checker,
IndyCar has
and for good reason.
been.
Scott McLaughlin
The safety has just
through the tire
improved
wall,
through the
kick
years in
over the tire
IndyCar.
wall, and through the fence here at Barber Motorsport Park. A scary.
Let's go a little bit forward to look at the replay. You guys didn't see the full wreck here, but you guys did see him hit the wall. But let's see what caused it here.
Extra couple feet to slow
So
it
here's
down.
the replay.
Ooh, he lost
McLaughlin
it early.
just
He
lost
dropped
it.
the right side
Yeah.
into
But
the
this is a
grass.
very fast turn,
He
as
said
you
on
guys
the radio,
know, from
touched
turn
the grass
1.
on
And he
entry,
just
hits the gravel. Is it
hits the
stick
gravel
up a
and he
little
would've
bit?
just
yeah, right before he gets
went
to
a
the
little
wall.
airborne
Oh,
there.
My goodness.
The
and hits
second
the wall
bit
and
of
goes
gravel,
through the
darker
catch fence.
gravel, it's almost
It's a
elevated
huge
a bit.
wreck for McLaughlin.
Watch the onboard
Here's the
and watch
onboard
where
here.
He places his right tires on the entry to the corner right here.
Yeah, he touched the grass, and that got him loose, and man, huge wreck.
And the camera cut off because it was sheared off the top of the roll bar, I think, by that retention cable. That's got to be 150 mile an hour impact
Huge wreck.
into the tire stack.
Certainly 150 mile an hour at turn in.
I think they're more like 170 there as
he
they
hits
turn
the
in.
grass.
So he hit that bump
the
there,
tires
and
actually
that
just
is a
angle it
huge
again
wreck.
slightly up. But guys, at the end of the day, all of this equipment absolutely did its job. It slowed the car down.
Here's the view from McLaughlin. Looked like in this
Yeah,
racing for impact
Slowed the
right
car
there.
down, allowed Scott to walk away from a horrible.
And even
impact and a
McLaughlin knew
horrible
that
incident
this was
there.
going to be a bad wreck, and it was for him, and he braced for impact right there. But very glad to see him walk away from this. Here's Will Powers' wreck here in qualifying. Not as bad as McLaughlin's, but as we're on board here with Will Power, he just locks up the brakes, and he's going in and goes straight to the barrier.
Wow.
That's huge contact for Power. Luckily, he was okay as well.
For willpower.
Hell yeah.
So the red flag comes out during this session of qualifying in Group 1.
It's over in turn 5 where we've seen Will struggle a bit on the brakes.
But no, to get that far to the barrier that quickly, that smells like a failure of some kind to me.
Or did he drop tires like what we saw out of McLaughlin in the approach to
huge
the
wreck
brake
for
zone?
Power
We'll have
here.
to see, but most critically, AMR.
So let's look at the replay of this.
But luckily, Power climbing out under his own power.
So Will Power coming to
right
he
side.
locks the brakes,
he's
as you can
just
tell.
Yeah,
That looks like a
And he
stuck
just
throttle.
goes straight
something
on.
like that. Either rear brakes didn't go. You saw both fronts locked up there smoking. If we get the onboard again, yeah, it does. Oh, he is just going so quick.
And it bent the arm car barrier
Let's
there.
listen.
Here, onboard Power again. Let's listen to this.
A big brake failure. Might be that to you, all right?
Oh,
Man,
goodness
that's a
me.
huge impact for
The
Power.
worst feeling in the world, looking at the wall coming towards you at 100 miles an hour, knowing there's nothing you can do to stop from hitting it.
Couldn't tell if he was still having drive from the rear axle or just no brakes. You see the both fronts are locked up, so we know the caliper is there. You see nothing happening at the rear of the car in terms of slowing down. The rear tire is still spinning. So as hard as he has his
Huge
foot
impact
buried,
for
there
Power.
is nothing.
Luckily, he was okay as well. Some of these news I have put in my posts, but Meyershank Racing confirms that Elio Castroneves will drive the Indy 500. He's going for the Drive for 5 again. Takuma Sato will also drive the Indy 500 for Ray Hall, Letterman, Lanigan Racing. Here's the ratings for Arlington. Arlington reached about 1.3 million viewers, peaked at 1.5. That is insane. The ratings for Fox is just getting better and better here. Catherine Legge trying to get in the Indianapolis 500. Closing to 33 already. Fox is now making a new IndyCar series, All In. I put this in my post, but ECR adds the rookie Hunter McElroy as test and reserve driver. An engineer change for Mick Schumacher at RL. There's all the IndyCar news. No Indy Next news here. Warm-up for Alabama will be at 10 a.m. tomorrow on FS2. And tune in on Fox at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix. Tune in on FS1 at 11 a.m. tomorrow for Race 2 of the Indy Next Grand Prix of Alabama. Thank you guys for watching this episode. Episode 5 will be on April 18th for the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach. Can't wait. It's going to be a really good race. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.